Okay, so today I'm at Wat Ratchaburana, I think is how that's pronounced. And so this is the one, there's basically in this historic area, there's several sites. And so I went ahead and got the multi-day. So if you ever do come here, it's best just to get the multi-day. It's 300 baht for foreigners. And there's a discounted rate for Thailand residents. So this, but the pass for 300 baht gets you all of the sites for a 7-day period. So that's the best value. That gives you, more time to just sort of relax and see everything. Yesterday I just came in. I paid the one-time 80 baht. For the single day, because I just got here in the afternoon and just only thought I would see one thing, yeah. So get the multi-day pass, and that way you can see everything. This site here is looks to be much nicer, more well preserved than the site yesterday. Yeah, these are, much better preserved. There's less of this concrete where they've sort of held the bricks together, and there seems to be less sagging. It's soft ground, and so these structures will sag over time and start to lean. You can see that one over there is leaning quite a bit. But this one here is more straight up. So apparently, back in the 1780, I think is what it said. I think it was the Burmese army came in and did their best to destroy this whole site. So some of this has been reworked and preserved, and it was apparently the defeat was, for the capital here, it was just sort of allowed to go back to nature and just be overgrown, and the people they didn't want to disturb the spirits from that lost battle, so they just sort of left it alone and left it overgrown. And then in the what did it say? The 1950s, pretty recently, they decided to start excavating. And there was something I saw in another video that during the excavation, they had uncovered a tomb that was full of all kinds of gold and jewels, and there was some grave tomb raiders that ended up going to prison. They tried to steal all the jewels, and they said that they were not able to recover all of the treasure, but they did catch at least some of the people who were involved in it, and they went to prison. So anyway, yeah. So you can see pretty clearly how the sagging from the soft ground affects the foundation. It's pretty pronounced here in this structure. Yeah, this is a little closer to what's at Angkor Wat, but this looks a little more volcanic. Okay, we're gonna climb up here. Try not to fall down. It's pretty steep. The stairs are very straight up. It's more like a ladder. second level here. I wonder if that's been rebuilt, because they had destroyed most of the statues during the invasion, the military invading. They smashed most of the statues down there. So I wonder if the ones here on the building are recreated, because they're made out of what looks like just concrete. So I think these are, yeah, just brand new. Okay, climb up. So I think this is where the tomb was. I saw in the other video where they said tomb raiders went in and stole all the treasure. So we're in this room here. Okay, I got a hat and an ice cream. I got a coconut ice cream for 20 baht, and the hat was only 100 baht. That's $3, and it's kind of cool. Keep the sun off me. It's sort of soft, and a lot of times these style of hats are very stiff and they don't pack in my backpack very easily. But this is sort of soft. It's almost like a shirt weave, so I can sort of smush it up and it'll be fine. So anyway, yeah, it's keeping the sun off of me. Little lake here. So yeah, I have the sort of all access pass to the whole grounds for 7 days. And I don't think I'll be here for 7 days, but we'll see. I'm trying to just take it slow and easy. The place I stayed last night, was $20, but I sort of just wanted to have a room to myself, spread out, you know, get my stuff a little more organized. Sometimes staying in hostels, you end up with it all, everything sort of smushed in there, and it helps to be able to completely unpack. So I moved over to a hostel for $10 a night. So it's $10 a night, and it's free breakfast. I don't know how good the breakfast will be, because what I had this morning, I skipped the breakfast at the place I was staying. The Asian breakfasts are usually not what Americans would call breakfast. It's like rice and soup and fish and things that you wouldn't normally think of as breakfast foods. And so I just had coffee at my place, and then I went and had breakfast at the little restaurant out in front of the hotel, which made these amazing pancakes. And I'll put on the screen a few different options they have. It's really nice, and it was only like 130 baht, I think, about $4 for the breakfast. So it's pretty good. Yeah, so I moved over to a hostel, and the beds are quite large. They're like full-size twin beds, sort of an extra wide twin, and I got the lower bunk right against the window, which is kind of nice. So I'm wearing today my the New Balance shoes, the Fuel Cell Rebel V5s that I've done videos on before, and they're really nice for walking around, you know, if you're sightseeing. So if you're looking for a comfortable shoe to just sort of do some sightseeing where you're going to be doing a lot of walking and standing around. The thing about them is that it's the foam, and I think, as I recall, it was called PEBA, P-E-B-A, and it's really springy, and you don't, and it just really absorbs the impact. So, you know, it seems to make it real nice to just sort of stand around, walk around. They're just real spongy and squishy and bouncy. They're much nicer to walk around town than my Birkenstocks even. You know, the Birkenstocks are good for just sort of hanging out, but these are really nice for doing some sightseeing. So anyway, it's, if you are looking for shoes, you don't have to get these particular ones, but check out something with a Piba foam. It's just real squishy, and they say it gives sort of the highest energy return. Yeah.